and the health and safety of the residents. And recently, the St. George City Council, in a meeting with only 3 council members present, approved a mining company's request for expansion, which was approved because of the potential health impact to St. George citizens, and it was acknowledged that the air quality monitoring devices were insufficient. What would you do to address this potential serious situation, and who should be responsible for purchasing, placing, and maintaining these monitoring devices?
I've spoken to Bill Swenson up at the city offices, and he's in charge of air quality in St. George. St. George only has, that I'm aware of, Mayor can maybe confirm this, 1 portable air quality device. And I think we need public input on air quality. I know that, and Bill said to mention, so I'll give them a shout out, that there is going to be an open forum on air quality on November 8th. And so if you're really concerned, you need to go up, attend this forum and discuss air quality. As far as the mine goes, I would have liked to have seen more than just 3 council members vote on that. But what I've been told, and what I can only say from what I've asked and the answers I've gotten, is that there is no health hazard in that mine right now. There is a haze, but not a health hazard. So you can decipher the difference between the haze and the health hazard. And part of the biggest problem area that we're having right now is in Little Valley. And the growth going on out there, and the air quality in Little Valley. So most of the time that machine's in Little Valley, monitoring Little Valley.
Does someone else want to jump in on that? Ed, you got 30 seconds.
First,
you got that, Darcy? 30 seconds.
First responsibility for government is to protect the safety and welfare of our citizens. Air quality is really important to us, especially when you look at the older population that we have, and I'm thinking of Sun River especially. We have a responsibility of making sure that that air is clean that we're breathing. For not only that, or whether we're placing it down by a school. I think the city can well afford to buy monitoring devices and make sure that they're placed in appropriate spots that need that type of health care protection for our citizens. And that's not to say we can't authorize and approve these mining places to go ahead and operate businesses. The one out there by Little Valley, that land around there, I'm told, is pretty much useless for anything else once they're through as far as building. So we have to allow businesses to operate, but we have to protect the citizens of the community first. That's foremost. And so I would actually make sure that we spend the money on where it's needed. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else want to comment on that?
I'll comment a little bit. The air quality started with myself. I organized the Air Quality Commission. I wanted it started because we were running uncovered truckloads throughout our city, and dust was coming out of those trucks. And so I went and called a meeting with all of the developers and all of the people that mine, whether it's gravel or other operations, and had them come into the city council and said, do you want the city to mandate you in the covered loads and do all this, or do you want to help do it yourself? Because I always think it's better to be self-monitoring. And because it's usually only 1% or 2% or 5% of the people that do it. And they created this. It's done by the Association of General Contractors has pretty well been running it. Bill Swenson was put on that board. The council has approved. We've had 2 air quality monitors. One, Michelle is right, one of them we purchased. We need to purchase another at about a cost of $25,000 a piece. I think we'll accomplish one next year. And then we'll look at what the air quality is, because 2 air masses come into our city from the northeast and from the southwest, which comes from Las Vegas and Los Angeles. And when they meet over our community, we want to know what kind of air comes in, we want to know what kind of air goes out. And so air quality is important, and I think every one of us feel that way, just like you do. This operation has been in operation for a long time down there, and there's a lot of safety issues and wetting and other things that need to be put on to make sure that the dust doesn't come out of those operations. That's what the council has put on.
Thank you very much.
Can I take one quick second at it?
Okay, one quick second.
Well, maybe
You're a politician and you want one quick second.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'll be quicker than 30 seconds. I think there's more that we need to do here. We were anticipating and told actually that the associated contractors were going to buy a monitor as well. and so we bought one. Because that hasn't happened, you know, we're not doing nearly as much good. You really need at least a couple of them to do any good. It is a purchase, but I think it's important enough for our health and safety, we ought to buy that now. And so I'd like to see us do that by the first of the year. The building keeps going and the mines keep going year-round down here, so for $25,000, I think we can open up the budget and do that. That would be my proposal.
Thank you. We have another question now. By the way, I had a question for Tara. I still do. But there was one that was emailed in to me. We'll try to join those together. And